Hey there, thanks for joining me for coloring. Hi Teresa. Yay, you made it back. So today we are going to be working on this adorable penny black stamp called Love You. This was a card kit in the store and it's already sold out, so I put a link down in the description box to the Mo's digital pencil image. It's a digital one, so you can pick that up, and it's called Love You to Bits. It's not called Love You. It's over there. It's called Love You to Bits, but there is a link down in the description box in case you want to pick that up. So that's what we're doing today. Next week, we are going to be doing this adorable one. It's called Everybody's Always Asking for Boy Cards. So when I found this little guy in the color box, I was like, oh, we're going to do him next. So we're going to go ahead and do him. His name is Surprise, and there is... trying to see where he's hanging on the wall. There are 3 left, 3 card kits left, so if you haven't picked this one up, make sure to head over and grab him up. And this week's coupon code for 25% off is YouTube25, so if you want to go grab him and use the coupon, you can get 25% off. So this will be next week, which is the 15th. And then on the 22nd, since the one we're doing today was so popular, someone asked me to do another set like that. So I dug through my color box and I found this cutie here. This is a tilde image. So I've only done up to, after I'm done today, I'm going to finish making the other 2 cards. So again, like the other kit, there will be 3 different cards. They won't all be the same. They'll be the same girl and the same stuff here, but I'm going to change the little sentiments in here, I think, to be different things. I just have to find some I like and put them on the card. So we're going to do this one on the 22nd. It's called Flower Tilde with Bow Knot. And I will finish her up today and get her in the store. So if you want to go grab her, you'll be able to do that later this afternoon. Also on the 22nd, we are going to be doing this Everything's Rosy digital image by Power Poppy. This class is going to be a paid class, and there's a link down in the description box. So for $5, you can join me the 22nd at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And we're going to color this with Copics and Prismacolor pencils. I think it will be a lot of fun. It took me a couple of hours to color this, so I decided this time I would make this one a paid one since I spent so much time doing it. I hope that you will head over to the store and grab a class and join me. I would love to see you in class. So let's go ahead and put all this over here. Let's see, this cutie, she's just too cute. Alright, so let me see what I do with my girl. So we got our girl. And we're going to have to cut her out. You know, me and Fussy cutting are not friends. So let's see here. And I can tell already I forgot my V20 in the for to color with. So let me go grab that real quick. I'll be right back. Hi, Linda! Okay, so I have returned. Alright, so I forgot one of my markers. I evidently didn't have it on the list. It's down here where you color, but it's not on the part where it says get it out. Good job, Heather. Yay! Alright, so we're going to use our standard colors that I use for... she's actually going to be fairly easy. So we're going to use... Let's see, let me turn my pins around here so I can show everybody, because when I do the fast forward video, you're going to want to see what colors I'm using, because there will be no talking. Let's zoom down. All right, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to start with E21. And let's go ahead and do her arms first. Like I said, she's going to be fairly easy. She's not got much going on, so she's not going to be too difficult. So I'm going to take my E21 and I'm going to add a little bit to the bottom of her hand. And then over here on this arm, because her pillow is coming off, smushing down on her arm, I'm going to do my darker color up here. Hi, Julie. Thanks for coming back. All right, and then we're going to add E00. And we're just going to brush right over the top of our 21. And I'm probably going to give it a couple coats. And then we'll fill it in with our E000. And then we'll go over it again because she's looking kind of pale there. So we'll just brush right up from the bottom. And up here we'll brush away from that pillow. She just looks so happy. Then we'll do E00. And then E000. Hi Vivian, thanks for joining us. Alright, so now we're going to go up here and we're going to work on her face. So let's go with E21 first. Now let's see, she's kind of got this pillow squished up here and then her head's thrown back. So I'm going to kind of go with some shadows. Well, she's also got her ears stuck out over here. So let's go ahead and just, since her head's kind of tilted that way, I'm going to go ahead and color in some of this. And I'm going to do the inside of this ear over here, otherwise I'm going to completely forget. And then since, let's see, since her face is kind of down here in the shadow, let's add some of this down by this pillow. And then I'm going to do the side of her face. And then all this stuff up here is kind of poking out. Let's go around her forehead. Over to where her hair kind of curls over the top of her forehead right there. And then we're going to add a little bit down on here. And we're going to give her a second coat, so don't worry if it looks kind of blotchy. And we're going to add E00. So let's brush this. Brushing away from my line and out to the center. Now that looks pretty good for a first coat. Remember, I'm going to add a second coat after I do her cheeks. Okay, so now we'll just bring this one in. I said this image isn't going to take that long today because it's all pretty much big areas. It'll take me longer, I think, to cut her out than it will to color her. Okay, so for her cheeks, we're going to use R20. And I'm going to use the little, she's got this little smiley right here. So I'm going to kind of go from the side up here towards the smiley. And same for this side. And then, no, let's not do her lips yet. Let's wait. Okay, so now we're going to go, I'm going to skip 20, no, let's not skip 21. Let's go ahead and do 21 again. I don't want to put too much on there because 21's still pretty dark, and I'm pretty good at doing just a little bit. But if you get a little heavy-handed, you might want to skip the 21 and then just go with the E00. So I'm going to bring this up here underneath of her chin this time. Let's go right over the top of those cheeks. And then I'm going to brush this down into her forehead. And we're going to bring this over her cheek. She's got a little piece of hair there, but I'm just going to color right over that. And then we're going to go over her entire face with the E000. So we're going to fill all this in. And then I'm going to go with V20 to add some shadow. So let's go with V20 on her arm. So I'm going to use just the very tip of my pen, and I'm going to use up maybe half of the space that I used when I put my E21 on her arm. Same over here. Just add a little bit of shadow in there and some contrast. I know some people really like that look, so I thought we would try it out. Okay, and then inside of her ear is going to be shadowed, so let's give that a swipe. Same for over here. And then her cheek down here is really in the shadow, so I'm going to go ahead and give that an extra little bit of swiping. I brought it up about 1/4 of an inch. And then let's bring a line down the side of her face. And then I'm going to do a little bit right up here on her forehead where this hair is dangling down. And then right here, she's got these little hairs that are sticking down on her face. I'm going to outline those on the back side because they're going to cast a shadow on her face. Same for this one. No, I better do a little bit over here too. And then she has just a little bit of lips right there. So I'm going to take my R20. And again, be careful. Only use the top of your pen, the very tip. And we're going to give her some little bit of lip right here. And then we're going to do a little bottom lip. So that she's got some color there. We don't want her to not have any color in her face. All right, so then we're going to do her hair. So for her hair, we will use, well, it's going to go like this, E25 3350. All right, so she doesn't have much. I know her hair looks really crazy, and she doesn't have that much. So we're going to use our 25 first. And I just kind of willy-nilly picked some strands that I wanted it to be darker because it's kind of all, it's braided, so it's all mushed up. So I just picked some little spaces, I guess, because it's kind of curly and going around. So I just went along and I said, oh, here's a little curl, and I curled that one, and then I colored this one, then I skipped one, and I did one over here. And then when I got down here to the end, I just gave it a little flick. To color in some of those. And then same over here, let's do maybe the bottom of this curl. And then let's do the top, because there's just a little line there. I'm just kind of filling in a couple of the little lines so that we add some streaks of color onto her hair. And they're pretty small, so I'm just using the very tip of my pen. Same over here, let's just work our way around and find some stripes. And she got one hair right here. Kind of an odd place. And then again, we'll give the end a couple of little flicks. Alright, then we're going to add E33. So I'm just going to fill in some of these spaces. Hi Trish, thanks for joining me. How did everything go? Then we'll go with E50. Quickly, I hope. And then I'm going to go over a few of these again with my E25. She just looks so happy. Oh. I'm still on my Zycam. I'm feeling a little bit better today. I'm hoping it's going to kick its butt. My daughter swears by it. She's like, but then she's sick all the time, so I don't know if I should believe her or not. But we're hoping it will just go away. I do not like being sick. It's not that great. Okay, so for her dress, we're going to use B01000000. And I'm glad it was quick and easy. Getting things done at the doctor's never that fun. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and use B01 first. And let's see, again like this, like her arm, because her pillow is down on top of her arm, I'm going to go ahead and pull this from the top. And then over here, where her arm is clutching it, we'll go from the bottom. And the pillow kind of loops over the top right here, so I'm going to go ahead and use the shadows that are already there. There's some little lines there, to just pull it all the way around to her elbow. Hi, Esme. Esme's a great talker, aren't you, Esme? That's one thing I love about going over to Sheldean's, is everybody's so chatty over there. I need some more chattiness. Okay, let's go ahead and color this. Whoops, I colored my finger. That's probably not too good. And then we're going to go with B000 to fill it in. This girl just looks so happy. She just... And I've used this image in a on one of my Bible journaling pages too. She just looks so happy about everything. She does have the, yes, she does have the baby, our new baby Naomi. Grandbaby Naomi has a little nose like that. It looks just like her little nose. All right, so now we're gonna go with B01. No, I like, Esme says she gets curious about new things and just gets chatty. I was just commenting that I love that because it's so, my channel seems to be really quiet. And so it's nice to go over and everybody's just so talking over it, over on Sheldene's channel. I really like it. It's fun to just pop in and be like, look, they're carrying on a whole conversation. But she's probably had her channel a lot longer than I've had my channel. Alright, so let's go ahead and add some color up here next to our pillow. And there's already a bunch of little lines right here on the dress, so I'm just going to use those to my advantage. And this piece kind of flies out here. Okay, so then we're going to go with, there's some little lines right here, so we're going to use these two. So let's add a wrinkle right here. And I'm going to go ahead and bring this side out a little bit more, because it kind of goes down and then it dips back up right here. So same over here, it's going to go down and it dips up right here. So there's some little lines right here. So let's go ahead and give this a little bit of color, and let's go ahead and sweep it right up here. And then let's add one on the other side of the bump. So we got a bump, and then right here it goes back down. And then over here it's going to be behind her, so let's add some shadow over here. And I'll probably give her bottom of her dress a couple of coats. So Trisha's asking who Sheldene's is. It's Sheldene. It's Sheldene's Fine Art. She has a YouTube channel too. She does a bunch of colored pencil stuff over there. So it's really fun. She's just really, they're really chatty over there. She was, Esme and I were watching, she did the colored pencil magazine challenge last night. She showed everybody how to color the tennis shoes that were part of the challenge. And they're just really talkative over there. She has a great channel. If you want to check it out, definitely go over there and check it out. I'm sure Mr. HeathersHobbieHaven will be popping up a link there in just about 2 seconds, so. After the video, I'll put a link down in the description box too. I'll put it down in there, so in case you're watching it later and you're wondering who Sheldene is, I'll put one down at the bottom. Okay, so we're going to fill all this in, and look how patchy that dress looks. It looks pretty horrible. So we're going to give it a second coat. It's probably that's how I said it. See, there it is. Mr. HeathersHobbieHaven's on it. And she does live videos all the time too. I love it. Yeah, we're just raining new babies around here. My sister had a new baby here a week and a half ago, and then Ashley, my daughter, had a new baby. And then my cousin, Lena, just had a new baby, a new granddaughter. Or I guess it's grandson. So I'm like, what is it in the water? Don't drink any water. So, and if you follow me on Instagram, I posted a picture of baby Naomi yesterday. if you're interested in seeing her. And if you're not a follower on Instagram, you should be. So go sign up. I try to post stuff over there. I'm getting better about it. Then we'll go with B000. And then I'm going to use this color to just swipe over her entire dress. Turn her a little bit here, and because she's still got some lines here, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to swipe this way, see if we can get rid of some of those just a little bit more. Let's go across from this way too. And then it looks like she's got some movement there in her dress. Alright, then what do we got? See how quick that dress was? That was pretty quick, right? Okay, so then we're going to do her socks. So we will need C5 and C3. Esme, don't you have a YouTube or an Instagram account? I think you do. I think I hit follow, but now I'm unsure if that was you when I clicked the button. That's pretty bad, right? All right, so we're going to start with C5 for her socks. So I'm just going to do every other one. So let's start here by her boot because that's probably going to be the easiest way to keep track. So we'll go one, skip it, do the next one. And then there's got a little patch right here next to her leg that shows. Okay, and then this leg, we're gonna go with, let's skip one. So again, let's do this one closest to the top first. So let's go this way. Sometimes it gets hard to see which one is next. And then I didn't color them all the way in. I'm going to go with C3 next. But I didn't go all the way across. I just kind of started over here at the edge where I did the C5. And I swiped over till I went past the C5. But then I left the edge of the sock white. If you hate that, you could go all the way across. Or you could take your colorless blender to the edge there if you're worried about it looking white at the end, but I don't mind that. Okay, see? Socks, quick and easy. Boots, RV 34 and 32. Yep, that was you. That's the right one, Esme. I'm like, I think that's her, but you have a different picture, I think, on your Instagram picture than you do here. So I was like, I think that's her, but I'm not sure. All right, so let's go with RV 34 first. And then we will go, let's go ahead and color in the bottom of her boot. And then right here, where this boot's going this way, we're gonna go, needs a little bit of shadows. Yes, feel free if you guys all have Instagram accounts to share them. And if anybody wants to go follow you, if you want people to follow you, then I'm fine with that. Plus, I could go check it out. Or if you have an Instagram account and you color something and you want me to see it, if you tag me at HeathersHobbieHaven, I can go check it out. Okay, and since this boot, I'm going to make this side of this boot be darker. And then we'll go with RV32. I'm gonna give these boots a couple coats, so I'm not gonna go all the way to the edge with this one, just so it will be lighter on the edge. So when I come back with my second coat, it will be light at the edge. It'll have like 3 colors on there with only using 2. Esme does wonderful colored pencil things. She's working on some, she does people. I'm amazed by this doing of people, and they look fabulous. I have to practice more. More practice for me. After the raccoon fiasco, I need to practice more. Poor raccoon. I might attempt those shoes though. I'm thinking maybe I can do, maybe I'll do a video where I'm not talking to people and I can just film it, and I'll color the colored pencil shoes this month just to try it out. And I really like the watercolor pencil thing underneath. That seems like it makes it look a little bit easier to do. It is pretty wonderful, Esme. They look awesome. Are you your worst critic too? Are you like me? And I'm like, that looks terrible. They look awesome. So we're going to go with T2 and T0 for our heart. There's so many talented people out there. I wish you lived next door and then I could come over and we could color. You could give me tips. Alright, so T2 first. Let's do... Let me see. Let's start down here at the bottom. So there's already a bunch of lines here for us, so we can just go ahead and use those. Are any of you other girls interested in learning more colored pencils and graphite pencils and stuff like that? I'm always interested in learning some new things. I love my Copics, but I would like to branch out and do other things too. Although colored pencils take forever. It's not like Copics where you just can color, and to me it doesn't take forever. Maybe because I've just practiced enough that it doesn't take days. Colored pencils feel like they take days. And then we'll go with T0. And I'm just lightly going over the edges of my T2 because I don't want to color the whole pillow in. I don't want it to be gray. I want it to have some white still. So I'm just trying to soften the edge of my darkest gray. And I'm going to give it a second coat, so I'm not worried if it doesn't do it all the first time. Bye, Julie. Have a great lunch. I'm going to do that afterwards. I forgot breakfast. I don't think a handful of M&Ms counts as breakfast. But that's what I ate. They were sitting on the counter, and I ate them. Probably not good for getting rid of a cold. I should have had a huge glass of orange juice. Then we'll go with T0 to finish it up. I'm going to go ahead and fill in this middle section here. It's all bunched up. Okay, so I'm going to go with my colorless blender. Even though I didn't do it the last time, I still got a little bit of harsh lines here. So I'm just going to feather over the edge of that T0. I forgot what color it was. And just soften it a little bit. Alright, so there's our girl. Let's zoom up. Isn't she cute? God, she's just so dang cute. I love her. Okay, so we're going to cut her out. I'm going to try not to cut off her head. You know, me and fussy cutting are not friends. I know, crazy. Alright, so usually when I'm fussy cutting, I cut all this stuff off out here first. And if I was smart, I would have scanned her into my scanner, and then I would have done, I could have put her in my silhouette cameo, and then I could have, you know, outlined her, did the cutting thing, whatever that is, and I could have just cut her out with that, but I'm not that organized. I seen somebody do that the other day, so now I have to learn how to do it so that I don't have to fussy cut anymore. I can just scan things into the computer and make it do the work. Makes sense? Are any of you out there famous or professional fussy cutters? Esme's asking if I have the die cut. This one doesn't have a die cut. You have to cut it out because it was a stamp. I really like that a lot of companies now are coming out with the die to go with the stamp, because this cutting out business is not that fun. I don't enjoy it. I'm always worried that I'm going to cut something off that you needed. Plus I'm just not... It's hard to see. I hope it's terrible. I got my bifocals on, so it's like, I try to remember that I have to hold it further away. You know, I'm one of those people where you're coloring, you know, you lean into it and you're like all bent over the thing. And I gotta remember that when I'm cutting it out, it works best if I have it farther away. It also works best if you are, if you move the paper. See how I'm holding the scissors and then I'm just kind of spinning the paper around and letting the scissors sit still. Because I find that if I do this moving of my scissors and chopping with my hand, it gets a little too close, I guess. Then if I just spin my hand around, it works a little bit better. Plus, if you're only spinning your hand and you're not chopping with the scissor part, it tends to not cut things as much. You sent your mom a card for her birthday, Teresa, and it got lost in the mail? That sucks. That's not any good. Your poor mom. Tell mom happy late birthday. That's no good. Never heard of it. That's what that sounds about right. That pretty much sums up how things work. Whoops. See, I got a little too close to a curl right there. Maybe I'll cut it off. That's because I was moving the scissors instead of my hand. Whoops, I got a little too close there. That's one thing too about dyes, is you get a consistent outline around the outside. When you're doing it yourself, mine, at least for me, it's never the same. It's not. I get too close in some places, I'm too far away in other places. At least if you're too far away, you can kind of fix it and go back and trim it if you so feel like it. I never do, but if you feel like going back, you could go back and trim it off a little bit more. Okay, so she got some little black lines down here. I'm going to cut that off because I don't think we need that. Although I guess I left it on the other one. Oh well. Whoops! Cut it off. Linda, you enjoy fussy cutting? You're awesome. I'm going to send all my stuff to your house and you can fussy cut it for me. Alright, so we got our girl there. I'm always afraid I'm going to cut things off. That's why I don't enjoy fussy cutting. It's not so bad if you're doing, like, this girl's pretty large, so she was okay to fussy cut. But sometimes you got littler things and it's like, okay, that's not too good. Although I wish that when I fussy cut that, like here on her boot, I got a little close. So it's not the same all the way around, but that's just me being silly, so. Whatever. I find it difficult all the time, fussy cutting. That's why I was saying I have seen a video the other day, somebody had outlined something with their silhouette and then they'd cut it out. So I'm like, oh, maybe I could learn to do that. Then you could just scan your image in and it would cut out a piece, and then you could stamp on it.
Alright, then we got all of this. This is going to require some pop dots. But you've got all of these. And I love this die. The die that cut these out, this is an alt new die that cut these little words. The alphabet here. I love this. Look how big it is. It's kind of expensive though. I will get my technology department onto that, Mr. HeathersHobbieHaven. I'll make you figure out how to do it. That just means I have to watch more YouTube videos. Okay, so let's put this. It looks like I have it fairly close to the line over here, so let's go with this. And I'm just using some clear glue. You could use your tape runner too, but I find that's kind of, mine doesn't stick. Kind of pokes out. I run it off the side. You could use your little Xyron sticker maker too. That would probably work pretty awesome. But I didn't do that either. That probably would have been the best way, is to run the paper through the Xyron sticker maker and then cut out the little alphabets. I'm getting kind of hungry now. I don't think that those M&Ms lasted very long. I'm gonna have to go to Esme's and have a banana. Better yet, I'm thinking I might have to go to the Devil's Kitchen and have breakfast. They have awesome breakfast at the Devil's Kitchen here in town. Maybe some chicken fried steak. I see some chicken fried steak in my future. Alright, then we'll put a few hundred of these pop dots on the back. Your poor mom, Teresa. I feel so bad for her. I can't believe you did all that, and then you sent flowers and they died the next day, and then that's terrible. Your poor mother. But then I wouldn't send my mother anything. My mother's not on the top of my list, so. She doesn't even get a handmade card. Not gonna happen. Okay. So now this... Let's put, so on these little pop dots, they always have this little section here that's nothing. I always save that and then put these on the little small parts back there. Mr. HeathersHobbieHaven, you will be paying for breakfast. I don't have any money. I'm poor. I need to get more people to sign up for class. This class right here, so I can afford to go get breakfast too. See, go sign up for the class. The link's down in the description box. So I can take Mr. HeathersHobbieHaven to breakfast. Well, you can have breakfast. You can have lunch there too, but I didn't have breakfast. Chicken fried steak just sounds good. Maybe because I'm starving. Okay, this is kind of a pain. Oops. heavens. It's the little things that take forever. See, coloring took no time at all. It's this part that takes an eternity. Craziness. Okay, I'm gonna call that good enough. It's lunchtime here too, Teresa. It's 11:25 here. All right, so you could also too, if you have this cute little hugs die, you could cut this out multiple times, and then instead of doing the pop dots, you could put them together and then put them on there. That tends to work really good too, rather than this pop dot business. Oh, I got a bunch of dirt on there. Okay, so let's go with not like this. There. Ta-da! And then you could put some sparkles in her hair. If you like sparkles like me, then you do the sparkles. And maybe on her socks down here too. I didn't bring my Spica pin in here, but I usually add glitter stuff up here to her hair, and then usually sometimes on her socks if she has on little socks. And look at this little spot right here. That's gonna drive me crazy. There's like, I went out of the lines right here. Let's fix that. I can't have that. I can cut off her foot, but I can't have that little spot. So there is our adorable Love You girl all colored up. Isn't she cute? Don't forget, this is a digital image. This card kit sold out, so if you want to pick up this little girl, though, there's a link down in the description box. I made sure to put it down there in case you wanted to color her. She's available over at Mo's Digital Pencil. Next week, we're going to be doing this one. It's called Surprise. For all you guys who always ask for boy cards, now is your chance. So there's only 3 of these left. So go over to the store and pick one up. Use your coupon code YouTube25 and get 25% off. Hi, Milan. Thanks for joining us. Then the following week, which is the, what is it? The 22nd, we're going to do this girl here. And I'll put this in the store later today. I still have to figure out, it's going to be like this one. So there's going to be 3 different cards. So this is the only one I made because, silly me, I didn't think to color 3 of these girls. I only colored 1, and then I'm like, well, that's not really going to be helpful. So I had to color her 2 more times, and then I got to figure out what sentiments I want to put over here on the side. And it's kind of hard because they have to fit either this way, or if it's this way, they have to fit on there with her. So, but if you make the card too big, then you have all this white space that doesn't look that great either. So, you know. So this is going to be the 22nd. This is next week, the 22nd. And then also on the 22nd at 5 in the at night, Pacific Standard Time, we're going to do this Everything's Rosy card, or the image here. And this is a paid class. If you want to go pick it up, there's a link down in the description box. I would love for you to join me for class. And we're going to do it with Copics and Prismacolor pencils. So that's what we're going to be doing. So you guys have any questions about this week's class, or this week's card, or just in general, or anything? I'm thinking I'm going to have to send this out. Teresa, maybe I could send one of these to your mom. I have 2. Maybe it'd get there. Maybe. Alright guys, so that's going to do it for me today. I'm going to consider having something for lunch, or making a sandwich, or I don't know. So I hope you guys are all having a great week, and I will see you next week. Bye!